This is
Three.
getting me nervous.
No. It's fun. It's so much fun.
All
All
right.
right. And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Time Talk with Eagle 3D Streaming. My name is Quentin Anderson, and I am the host of Real Time Talk. And today, our guest, I'm very excited, is Pablo Vallini. To give a background, Pablo is the leader of development at Dyna for Studio, and they are probably one of the hottest studios right now in the real-time space, and you'll realize why through our little chat today. They focus on the cloud real-time software developer and designer for the visualization real estate industry. Pablo
Yep.
specifically focuses on programming and level designer, builder of virtual environments. Pablo, how are you doing today?
Hi, Quentin. Fine. Thank you very much for this invitation to your podcast. Okay, here we are.
Yes, here we are. So before you and I dive into it, I'd just like to share the podcast format with anyone who is a first-time listener. So we are in the real-time world, so this is a real-time show. It's fully live,
Mhm.
and we highly encourage participation. So if you have any questions or if you'd like us to discuss or touch on anything, please don't hesitate to drop a question in the comment section, and then Pablo and I will address it real time on the show. So without further ado, Pablo, let's just kind of dive into it. I know
Yeah.
you're a real-time vet. Can you share a little bit about your story, how you got involved with real-time,
Yeah.
when roughly that happened, and sort of how everything worked out for
Mhm.
you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we are, as you said, Dyna Studio is a small real-time content, high quality real-time content studio based on Florida, and we are a team of four members. And yeah, we decided to create the studio once Epic released the engine for free and 2014. And yeah, we always loved real time. And when once we realized about this, it was like a dream come true, And then okay, we really start this journey until today, and we are very happy of being creating virtual environments. And our main target is to reach to everyone with real-time content, a high-quality real-time content through the cloud streaming. This is our main focus. About myself, I start in the 3D war in 1995, in the 90s. I remember, well, to install 3D Studio on 14, on a stack of 14 diskettes. You remember those ages? A stack like this, and you praying that none of those diskettes fail.
Yes.
And well, I start that way in the US when nobody knows about the 3D Studio, 3D war. So it have passed a lot of years and decades on this. I was working on, especially in 3D modeling and specializing character modeling for that age. I passed through different studios here in Buenos Aires. Gather a lot of experience working in teams, working for a movie too in the 2004, and for TV shows too. Um, and well, that's in short. It was a long journey, It always dreaming about real time.
Hmm. So you were probably one of the early adopters when Unreal Engine was released. to the
Hmm.
public. What
Yeah.
what were some of the reasons uh, that a game engine interested you? What drew you to the engine?
Hmm. Well, the immediate, the quality in real time they had in that moment. Um, it was like something incredible to see the quality they reach. Yeah, it was not that high quality that pre-render gives, but it was very close. And the feedback you receive when they saw the images was incredible in quality in that moment. So that's break our head, and when we realize all the possibilities that the engine gives, we have no doubt about to jump into it and start to learn immediately.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was the reason.
And you now have an interest or a focus in the real estate sector.
Hmm.
What attracted you to that in particular? Or were you always?
Yeah.
Well, because you did some character animation for a while.
Yes.
What attracted you about
Yeah.
the
Nice.
real
Nice
estate?
question. Nice question. Real estate is a very powerful industry in the world and will never end. That's one of the things that made me make us focus on this industry, and it still is not. Uh, yeah, the rendering industry is working with real estate from long years ago, and it's keep on growing. It never ends. And the real estate human will always be building things, and they know, and they need to see it before, and it's very useful to the this the real time on rendering is a very useful tool for them.
Hmm.
They can make mistakes before, on we think that this will make humanity better. It will evolve much better with these tools, will
Hmm.
increase the speed of the evolution. This is very important tools. And well, as I said before, the real estate industry is very powerful. Um, I don't want to say that there's a lot of money there, but well, you can imagine that is a nice place to make business of all kind. And still, we feel that well, real time is is a baby for them. Is still they are understanding very slowly what is the utility of real time for them. It's a lot of way to walk,
Hmm. Yeah, and,
but
and
it's
so
happening.
it, it
It's
it's
happening.
it's definitely happening. And what is something that you can do real time in a real estate for real estate that's not possible using like 3ds Max, maybe?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something we have incorporated, but you have said is okay. Yeah. Real time, you can have interaction. Interaction is important. It's very important. I know maybe you you have people for everything. Some people maybe don't like to interact, but we think is our um what we think that people will in the future always will be to interact. Will be it will become a standard interaction in everything. That's
Mm,
why it's so important the real time engines. Uh, Today they are not used to, um, but you can do everything anytime, anyway in real time. If you like to see a project in a passive way, no interacting, you can do it. In fact, Uh, for our customer, what we do is sometimes is to capture a walkthrough inside the application. And sometimes I guess it's what we think. It's better to see a walkthrough of someone walking inside a house that see a camera direction.
Hmm.
For us, camera directions, I don't want to say it's obsolete, but this tool, this way of showing things, is more strong. You are transmitting to people more feeling that a camera moving like a scene, like a movie and those things. We do that. We did that too, but uh, this way of showing of walking through the environment, we feel it more strong in
Hmm.
sensations, in
Hmm.
feelings.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And a lot of things you've mentioned about interactivity, making adjustments in real time. Do you possibly have a project that you could screen share and maybe go
Sure.
over, and we can take a look at some of these pieces?
In
Because
fact, yeah, we always say that it's better to show than to talk. you
yes,
know,
well,
we're
that's our life.
yes, yes.
Mm,
So let me share.
sure.
Okay, we got application online here working. You will
Okay.
say, tell me if you are watching.
Yes, yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, okay, this is application running. As I said before, is about uh, the feeling of being inside a project, not watching, no watch it on images. So you can do here whatever you want. In this case, we have add functions. For example, are you hearing the sound of the application? I guess you don't.
No, so we
It has
cannot hear the
sound.
sound.
Okay, okay. It's a limitation from Zoom. Okay, but you have functions. A voice. The sound is very important for us because we have seen that in rendering visualization sometimes it's not important, but in our case, the sound of a movie or is 50%. Are you agree with that?
Hmm.
Of the And here we give a lot of importance to the sound. You cannot hear, but there's voices talking every time and telling to the visitor a story and explanations about in where the visitor is. These are, for example, these icons trigger voices and talk about this product. In this case, we call it virtual showrooms, or for people to visit
Hmm.
from everywhere in the world. That's where streaming comes to the game because otherwise you cannot reach to the people because this is a
Hmm.
very heavy heavy software.
Right.
That's what his problem is. That is almost nobody can play this in a computer because such special computers um, and had a this technology is consumes a lot of GPU power.
Mm.
Well, there's a lot of functions you can move everywhere and see the project from everywhere. Uh, let's fall down, and you can have, I don't know, different areas. This is infinite. Let's go to white stories, the way they call it, and you jump to other virtual environments.
Mm.
Um, the same case, you can show whatever the client wants. This is Unreal Engine 5.
Mm.
That's the important about Lumen because uh, you can do these things without light building. In this case, we show this is a product. The customer, the client can see if you like the spaces, the way the things works, and can ask for changes. We our intention is this about this project is to be live all the time, so the client can change things and we update it all the time. So it could be kind of live projects.
Mm. Like a yeah, like
Uh,
a persistent application.
yeah, yeah, and we are and we are planning to make it multiplayer. I
Oh,
guess Eagle is working on that. I have seen.
sure. We can help with that.
I'm updated with that. Yeah, and this is amazing that different people can be inside here, in the seller and the buyer, and work together inside the property.
Mm.
It's a different world from static renderings.
So and so
Yeah,
so everyone understands watching. Is this an actual unit that is available for sale right now on the market, or is this a spec unit that a developer is using to sell units within a development, or what is this project being used for?
this project is used for sell the kitchens. The room, the space is fantasy room. You know,
Ah, okay,
the product is this one. This is the product. It's the kitchen.
got it.
It- and we create for yeah. I understand your question. We create the environment and create everything. Yeah, yeah. We have a we create from scratch everything, but we give the environment to dress the product.
So, what is that process like when you're creating a virtual environment like this from scratch? Do you first find some rooms or some homes that you find
Mm.
interesting and then use those as references? Are you doing sketches? How do you
Mm.
usually start to imagine a space like this?
Yes, yes. Well, we have an architect on our team, so
Hmm.
she is what who create the spaces. And it can be generally we create from scratch from our imagination. We try not to look to too much references because this is a kind of policy of the studio. We want to be fresh all the time,
Hmm.
um, and so everything comes from our imagination.
Hmm.
Yeah, we have a background. You always have a background in your mind, but yeah, everything's from scratch.
And you said this is was made in Unreal Engine version 5.
Yeah.
And one of the benefits that UE5 has is a technology called Lumen. What
Hmm.
is Lumen, and did you use it in this project?
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Lumen is the new start from Unreal, uh, an algorithm that trace a race in real time
Hmm.
with infinite bounces, and this is amazing. You don't have to practically uh, spend time working on technical stuff about illumination.
Hmm.
Always you have to illuminate a space correctly with an artistic view.
Hmm.
That's the great thing about Unreal Engine 5. They quit the weight of doing those things that uh, takes your time away from creating. In fact, it's what they say. Now everybody have the chance to create uh, uh, content without worrying about that part of the technical area in the lights. Of course, Unreal Engine is very hard. it's not the learning curve is kind of flat. It looks like simple, easy, but it's not. We are learning all the time. You know, we are actually learning a lot about landscaping. So we are doing in the lab
Mm,
because our environment we do want that our environments have real landscapes. Not in this case, it's a picture.
right,
It's an HDRI
right.
in the background. It's okay, but we want to be even more virtual.
Mm.
You know, yeah, yeah. We want to create the matrix. If we can't, if we could,
Yes,
yeah. Okay, that's okay. That's a little bit about this project.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, and thank you very much for sharing this project because I mean, even with the Lumen technology, it makes it easier for development to occur, but it also adds a certain level of realism. Like, for example, when you're opening those cabinets, the
Mm.
shadowing information is being updated. Um,
Yeah.
and we take that for granted in the real world because that's what naturally happens. But that's
But
not the case always in a game engine.
no, that's incredible. I I I think that still we didn't fall down about what is this. Didn't realize about what they have reached with this piece of technology.
Hmm.
It's a very strong strike to the
Hmm.
industry.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Yep.
And we are very happy of being part of this age.
Yes.
Yeah, very happy. It's
And
amazing, man.
and you're helping shape the industry. You just received a mega grant, so
Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
For anyone who's not familiar, Epic has set aside a grant or some funds for helping fund particular projects that are of importance to the industry. It's a very prestigious grant if you are lucky enough to receive one. And Pablo's team actually just received a mega grant for some of the work that they're doing. If anyone's
Mm.
interested, you can just type in Mega Grant Epic Games, and you can also apply for a Mega Grant if you're interested in the program. But Pablo, can you share a little bit about what you received, what your team received a Mega Grant for?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have applied to them on August on 2021, and basically, uh, we show our intentions to them. We have showed this project you have just seen, and we have show it running on the cloud. Um, we have showed to them our determination because is a key is the key maybe for them is to show them the determination you have for a target for an objective for your goals.
Hmm.
That's is what I honestly I think that they are looking for. That studios that are strong on his on determination of what they want and how they can reach to those targets. And I make them follow up through emails showing advances. And well, after 8 months, we really honestly we just forget about that. We forgot because okay, it's okay, no problem, no response. Yeah, they respond all the time. They it's a wonderful company. Um, Everything was perfect, but after a time, we didn't receive any response. I said okay, and a few weeks ago, they we received the email uh, that the granted was for us, and it was incredible. It's because uh, you feel like a stamp in your shoulder. Um, because it's like a probation, you know. Um, well, we're very happy. We're very happy with that.
Yes, and yeah, congratulations, because that is a
Thank you so much again.
yes, it is a it's not an easy thing to get. But one
Hmm.
thing that I heard you mention was part of your project can involve the cloud. So
Yeah,
what is it about the cloud that's so interesting for you? Why do you use the cloud? How does that play a role in your projects?
yeah. Well, the cloud is the bridge we need to reach our clients. Without the cloud, it wouldn't be possible. It's just drastic like that. Because you will not find clients that have the hardware to run these things, as I said before. In fact, when we start creating the company, we did it with the cloud technology in our mind when even it didn't exist. You know, it was uh, companies there. Two, I remember two companies. But streaming technology, streaming apps technology didn't exist, and we bet about okay, but this will exist in a few years, and that happened. This is amazing because you can see uh, if you have sight, you can understand that for me is like a standard that everything will be streamed in the future. Um, the trend of this is so strong. The trend of real time that by decantation, a companies of streaming should appear. You know, and that happened, and we're really happy about that because a few years ago, I remember talking with my partner, say, okay, but we are doing this, but that doesn't exist. We cannot stream anything because we have to wait a lot, and we did that because we love this technology, and we work in the meantime offline because again our core the motive because Dyna 4 Studio exists is for this real time streaming. That's our target. So it's very important. It's very important. It's a core for us. Yeah,
Hmm. I,
totally.
I still remember the first email that you sent to us. That was like almost 2 years ago now. And
God.
Jay, who's the moderator for today's podcast, he also remembers you. So
Oh,
you have a very fond place in Eagle's heart. Um,
yeah. I kind of email serial killer, but this could be a serial emailer.
yeah.
I can kill you with emails.
I know, and you do the italics in your email too, and I was like, okay, this guy uses italics for
Yeah, he's
every email.
interested.
All right, that's cool.
This guy is interested, really.
Yes, yes, and now here we are. I
Okay.
love how the story is unfolding. Um,
Yeah.
so Pablo, we are actually at the end of the half hour. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners today, or um,
Mm.
any closing thoughts?
Yeah. You always are learning a lot. Uh, it's about to learn and go forward. Uh, yeah. I always push to people to pursue their dreams. I don't want to sound like health book, but um, yeah, but real when you want something, you have to go forward very strong, without doubts. Um, it will be my recommendation, and it comes up wonderful time ahead with this technology. So it's the time to jump in and to start creating things. That will be my words for the close.
Absolutely. and a very positive message from Pablo Vallini. And again, he is
Yeah.
the owner, and he's the owner, correct, or leader, excuse me, leader of Dyna 4
Yeah.
Studio.
Yeah.
Check them out. They are, like I said, one of the hottest companies right now in the space. Pablo, thank
Mm.
you so much for being a part of today's show. We really appreciate you making the time. Congratulations again on the mega grant. And everyone,
Thank
this
you.
is Real Time Talk with Eagle 3D Streaming. Check in
Yeah.
with us for next episode where we will have Wolfgang Bernecker on the show talking about lighting using Unreal Engine for city planning. So should be a very cool show. Pablo, thanks
Awesome.
again. Thanks
Thank you so
everyone for
much,
watching,
guys. Thank you very much.
and
Talk later.
we will talk